In this video, I want to talk about writing expressions. First, let's talk about addition. In word phrases, we would say a number plus 5. Add 5 to a number. Sum of a number and 5. 5 more than a number. A number increased by 5. As an expression, we will just simply write n plus 5. Subtraction. In word phrases, we will say a number minus 11. Subtract 11 from a number. Difference of a number and 11. 11 less than a number. A number decreased by 11. As an expression, we would write x minus 11. Multiplication. In word phrases, we would say 3 times a number. 3 multiplied by a number. Product of 3 and a number. As an expression, we would write 3m. Division. In word phrases, we would say a number divided by 7. 7 divided into a number. Quotient of a number and 7. As an expression, we would either write a fraction as a over 7 or a division sign 7. Example 1. 5 less than the quantity of 7 times a number n. Grab our highlighter, we'll start with yellow. So 5 less than the quantity of 7 times a number n. And now we'll switch to green. The quantity of 7 times a number n. So for A, 5 less than the quantity of 7 times the number n, that means 7n minus 5. Let's highlight the 7n in green to be consistent, and we'll highlight the 5 less than, which means multiplication, and yellow, and we're done. Part B, 2 times the sum of a number 2 times the sum of 8 and a number y. So we'll highlight the 2 times part in yellow, that indicates multiplication. We'll highlight the sum of 8 and the number y in green. And we'll get started. So B would be 2, parentheses, 8 plus y. And we are done. We'll highlight the 8 plus y in green. Since we are talking about the sum of 8, 2 times the sum of 8 and a number, we do have to use parentheses. And we're done. C, the difference of 11 and the square of a number d. When we say the square of a number d, this means we are talking about d squared. We'll also highlight that in green. So for C, we would say d squared minus 11. We'll highlight the d squared in green. We'll highlight the minus 11 for the difference of 11 in yellow, and we are done. Example 2. A piece of ribbon L feet long is cut from a ribbon 8 feet long. So let's start highlighting. The piece of ribbon that's L feet long is cut from a piece that is 8 feet long. Write an expression for the length and feet of the remaining piece. So since we're starting with 8 feet of ribbon, we do 8, since we're cutting away, minus L. We'll highlight the 8 in green. And since we're taking away L feet, we'll highlight, with that subtraction, we'll highlight that in yellow. And we are done. Example 3. You work with 10 other people at an ice cream stand. Let's highlight that in yellow. That's important information. All the workers put their tips into a jar and share the amount in the jar equally at the end of the day. That's also important, that we're sharing our tips equally. Share the tips in the jar equally at the end of the day. Write an expression for each person's share in dollars of the tips. So let's say the dollars is D. We'll highlight that in blue. So we're sharing equally. So let's first figure out how many people there are. There's you and 10 other people. So we're going to say 1 plus 10 to give me 11 people total. I'll highlight that in yellow to be consistent with how many people there are. So to get our expression, we're just going to say, oops. I'll say D divide 11. And we are done. We're going to highlight the D in blue. And we'll highlight the yellow for the 11. And we're done. Example 4. A car travels 130 miles in 2 hours. Let's highlight the miles in yellow. And the hours will highlight in green. Find the unit rate. So essentially all we have to do is just divide. 130 miles divided by 2 hours. Let's use the same color and scheme. The 2 hours will highlight in green. 130 miles will highlight in yellow. We divide. 130 divided by 2 hours would be 65 miles per hour. And we are done. Example 5. Your basic monthly charge for cell phone service is $25. Let's highlight that part in yellow. Which includes 300 free minutes. You pay a fee for every extra minute you use. 1 month you paid $3.50 for 35 extra minutes. Let's highlight that in green. Find the total bill if you use 25 extra minutes. We'll highlight that in blue because that's a different part of the question. So let's start. So first we need to figure out how much we're paying per minute over the 300. So we're going to say 350 divided by 15. We're going to use a calculator. 3.50 divide 15 will give me approximately 23 cents. Let's highlight that in green so we're consistent. So now we want to write an expression. So it's going to be 20. Make that look better. 25 plus 0.23 m per minute. So we'll highlight the 0.23 in green, and to be consistent, we'll highlight the 25 in yellow. Now we want to know how much we're paying for 25 extra minutes. So what that means, we're going to plug in 25 in for the m. So 25 plus 0.23 parentheses 25. Let's highlight everything to be consistent. So the first 25 we're going to highlight in yellow. The 0.23 we'll highlight in green. And the 25 minutes we'll highlight in blue. Now we just put in the calculator and find out how much we pay. So 25 plus 0.23, parentheses 25, and we're paying $30.75. And we are